Okay, greetings everyone. Welcome to Gerard Black and Philippines with Truth. Welcome to my channel. All my subscribers, all my triggers, lovers, haters, peaches, commenters, and scallywags. Welcome to our channel. Well, this is day 2 of our reading class with dogs, our home project. I have and okay, as Murphy's Law would happen, what can go wrong will. Unfortunately, while Alex was filming, the audio went out. So I am going to try to dub in what is happening in the video you're watching. Again, welcome to my channel. Okay, what I first started out doing was showing them how to walk the dogs. You always keep them on the left side. Michael Chris is doing good with Celestine. Ichiban is still a little wildness in her, but she is walking good. She has the tendency to pull, and this is a characteristic of the German Shepherd. The German Shepherd is a very strong-willed breed, and so it really takes a lot to kind of stay on top of it and train it. They're very intelligent, but they do well. Michael Chris, who has Celestine, there she is walking, and he's doing a good job, keeping her on that side. We are a little bit away from our home. We walked out the gate because, like I said in the first video, it was very difficult to control them because each time we made the circle, they had the expectation of going outside. I also pointed out to them that when you walk a dog for walking purposes, it's for the dog. So if the dog stops and smells something, we did our first sit session here to see how the training from the first day worked of them sitting on command. But when you're walking them and they smell things, you let them smell. I always pointed out to them that it's like them checking their email or their messenger from other dogs or animals that maybe have come across. Now, this is a lot here that is near my home, and we're going to start some obedient training at this point. So right now, we'll let them walk around and kind of get an idea of where they're at, and then I will start showing them what to do. Of course, I start walking them in a circle, which is what I'm doing here with Ichiban. As you see, to condition her to walking around me in a circle. And you see she's doing that quite well. And okay, and then I would command her, let's see, again, let her check her emails, check her messages, and and then I have the boys do the same thing to get them to walk around in a circle. Ichiban is still a little curious, but as you see, Raphael's my oldest son. You see he's walking Sheba. Got Sheba kind of walking in a circle. And Michael Chris I try to say, okay, we're going to try to pick it up a little bit and try to have them to trot along beside you as you walk them. So as you see, I'm trying to have Ichiban jog a little bit beside me to kind of pick up the pace. Again, I apologize, there's no audio, but this is the first time I'm doing this dubbing, so we'll see how this works out. Okay, so now we're going to do each start the first command, a sit, see how well they sit. You see, and there they go, they sat. Now, I try to explain to them that this time we give them a treat, so that way that what they did was okay, and we're going to try walking them again. Again, at this point, I am telling them that after they sit, when you start to walk, you walk leading with your left leg. So that way they know that it's time for them to move. The reason you do that, because if you lead off on your right leg, they are supposed to stay in place. So you try to get them to get to do that. And then also, I explain to them that when you tell them to sit, you pull them closer to your body, closer to your leg, and then have them sit like that there. So close to your heel, and have them facing forward. This is what I'm explaining to them, to have them face forward. Okay. All right. So let's see where we go next. And you lead off on your left leg, as I just did there, to kind of get them accustomed or conditioned to know to walk when I move my left leg. And again, the sit command. Okay. All of them are sitting, effortlessly, which is good. And we walk them around again. And we stop them and give them the command to sit. As you see, they sat. Good. And you praise them. And you walk them around again. Okay. They're all doing very well. This is a German, a Husky, and another German. See? There they sat very well, and giving them praises. Okay? So I want to try to start teaching them how to give the command to stay. You hold your hand in front of the muzzle, and you say, stay. See? And see, stay. See, she got up, sit down. Okay, and again, she got up. And training a dog often takes, patience. It takes time. And I tried to step away from her while she still remained seated. You see, stay up. Let's see. Okay, she got up. So we try it again. To sit again, and there. Okay. The main thing is that at this point, they've gotten the command to sit down quite well. So give them each a treat to give to them, because they are doing good. You have to reward animals to let them know that are something to look forward to as a reward. Okay, so from this point on, we're going to walk them a little bit more and practice the sit command. Again, you're watching Gerard Black in the Philippines with the truth. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and subscribe. Okay, and this is our activity that we are doing together. We try to do this as often as we can, or when it allows us to, and we practice the teaching the animals. Okay, so again, you lead off on the left foot. You walk them around. I used to train dogs in Central Park many years ago. Okay, I see Ichiban and Celestine, which is with Michael Chris, and they all sit very good now on the command of sit. I try to explain to them that even when we're home, give them command to sit, so that way it's in their mind. See? Sheba is a little stubborn, but you have to push her down to sit. And they sat very well. Okay, so we're going to walk them over here. And I think what I'm going to do right about here is that I'm going to, I'm walking into the shade because, okay, practice sitting again, which is good. So they said, give them praise. Michael Chris is doing good with Celestine. Okay. Okay, good. And we will get to laying down and possibly rolling over, and a few other things that I may try to pass on to them to teach the dogs. Okay. Okay, so right about now, it's story time. And although you won't be able to hear the story, I'm going to try to narrate it as well as possible. We try to get them all seated like this. Okay. So the story that I'm passing on to them now is that I'm telling them that I asked them if they know what a circus is. And they say, yeah. I said, you know what an elephant is? They said, yeah. I said, if you ever notice in a circus that there is an elephant who has a little rope tied around its leg, and it has a little stake that is driven into the ground. And the elephant, as big as it is, as strong as it is, will not break away from that stake and that rope. You and I know that the elephant can easily just pull up that rope and stake and just go where it wants to go. But it won't. And the reason being is through conditioning. Why? Because when that elephant was a calf, when it was small, when it was a baby, that chain on its leg was, okay, my story's kind of mixed up. I'm going first back fast. But anyway, the chain that's on, I'll explain what's happening here after I finish the story that I'm going to also tell. That when it was a calf, it was a chain, a heavy chain and a big iron rod that was driven into the ground that it knew it could not break. It would try to get to its mother. It would try to get away, but it knew that it was impossible for it to move from that chain and that stake. So as a result, that elephant grew up knowing that it could not break that chain and it could not break, pull up from the stake. So the elephant is conditioned to wherever it's on its leg to know that it cannot break beyond it. Now, the other story that you saw me punching was that I was telling that my uncle was, because we're going to move into another phase of training the dogs. It's not going to be with treats. My uncle played with Lionel Hampton. He was played a slide trombone. And he was playing with them in a circus. And he was watching the chimpanzee trainer work out with the chimpanzee. And he was riding his bike around in the circle around the ring. And when he gave the chimpanzee an order to jump up, and the chimpanzee didn't jump up, so what he did was that he put a leash on the chimpanzee, took him in the back, chained him to a stool, put a muzzle on him and gloves, and started punching that chimpanzee. He started punching that chimpanzee like it was a grown man because he let him know that he was the boss and what he had to say had to be done. Okay, I'm about ready to end right now. The reason I mentioned that because I told him next week we're going to be using a little discipline. We're going to be using discipline in training the dogs. Okay, I'm signing off here. Gerard, thanks for watching and listening to Gerard Black in the Philippines with Truth. Remember, dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect Ali. Pulls them up, and sometimes you're the only one to see your vision. If you're lucky enough to have a woman like Ali was a former lead singer of the Temptations, remember, treat her like a lady. And lady, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like me, make him feel like a king and never say no. I want to thank Alex on the camera. I'll talk to you later. Peace.